Justin Timberlake accepted a very sweet plea deal in a Sag Harbor courtroom this morning. Before I break down everything that happened, along with playing Justin's statement, don't forget to like, subscribe, or become a member. Okay, so Justin Timberlake, he appeared in court this morning in Sag Harbor, New York, which is also known as the Hamptons, and he accepted a plea deal in his DWI case from this past June. This is what is going on. It's crazy. I mean, I think it's lenient. A few defense attorneys are saying, no, this is not lenient, but he agreed to plead guilty to driving while impaired. That is essentially a traffic violation. And in exchange, the more serious charge, which was a DWI, was dropped. So as part of the plea deal, Justin Timberlake is fined $500 plus a surcharge of $260. I'm not sure what that's for. So almost $800 total, no big deal. And then he gets to pick the nonprofit organization of his choice to do 25 hours of community service for. He has a whole year to fulfill those 25 hours. And then he was also required to make a public statement, which he did directly after the court proceedings. And I'll play that for you now. I can't really tell if it's an apology, a public service announcement, or it's just completely ridiculous. I mean, I guess it's all of the above, but let me grab that now and play it for you.
Good morning, everyone. So I don't know how many of you were in the courtroom and heard what I had to say in the courtroom, but I'll reiterate that and say this to you. Many of you have probably been covering me for a lot of my life, and as you may know, I try to hold myself to a very high standard for myself. And this was not that. This was not that. I found myself in a position where I could have made a different decision. But I've had some time to reflect on that. And I also understand by the fact that all of you are here, that I have a platform, you have a platform, we share that platform. And so what I'd like to say to everyone watching and listening, even if you've had one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. There's so many alternatives. Call a friend. Take an Uber. There's many travel apps. Still, take a taxi. This is a mistake that I made, but I'm hoping
Look at his pearls,
that whoever's watching and listening right now can learn from this mistake. I know that I certainly have. And like I said, even one drink, don't get behind the wheel of a car. I also said this in the courtroom before, but I grew up in a small town, so I can appreciate and understand the strain or unique nature that this must have been on the people of Sag Harbor. But I just want to say to everyone who's been involved, from everyone in the courtroom to everyone outside, including the police department, that I'm very grateful, and I thank them. And I guess in closing, I'd like to say we can all be more safe out there. And I'm going to do my part. I hope that everyone else does their part. And thank you very much.
Okay, that was super painful. I'm sorry that I put you all through that. If I had to see it, you had to see it too. In closing, we can all be safer out there. Did you guys get that? That wasn't forced at all. That was super genuine. So his attorney, Edward Burke, he expressed his satisfaction. And I want to just read his quote to you. He spoke after, but it's just long and kind of drawn out. But he says, "The evidence revealed that my client finished the contents of one drink in 2 hours at the American Hotel. And contrary to what was reported, he wasn't drinking other people's drinks or warned in advance not to drive. He wasn't rude, obnoxious, or belligerent. In fact, he was polite, cooperative, and respectful during his entire encounter with law enforcement." End quote. That was Edward Burke. Let me just take you back to the night of June 18th, 2024 in Sag Harbor. So Justin was pulled over after leaving the American Hotel. And per the police reports, this is what they detail as to why they pulled him over and what happened after. So he left the American Hotel and he drove through a stop sign and then failed to stay on the correct side of the road while driving. Yeah, really dangerous. And then, according to the court docs, the arresting officer reported that Justin smelled of alcohol, had bloodshot eyes, and performed poorly on field sobriety tests. Then he refused a breathalyzer, but admitted to having one martini earlier in the night. And then he was subsequently arrested and held overnight, but arraigned the next morning. And now it has finally been put to bed with a traffic violation. So, yeah, I mean, he didn't take a breathalyzer, but the court documents and the police report would indicate that he did appear to be kind of drunk. But I guess we can just hope that he doesn't do it again. And whether this is a standard plea or maybe celebrity privilege, I mean, everyone has different experiences in their careers with prosecuting something like this or defending someone in a case like this. And me personally, I just think that having anything to drink, there should just be a no tolerance policy in getting behind the wheel. All right, guys, thanks for watching Pop Crime TV. I will be back soon with another celebrity or crime update that I know you all want to hear.